Oh, sorry. Good morning. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you for watching my morning ramble. And this is where, for those of you who are first-time watchers, this is where I have a ramble. It actually used to be linked to a walk that I did around Bushy Park, which is right next to me, during COVID times. But it's now just, well, quickly before I start my business day. So, obviously there's been a long weekend. I told you that my son had come down. Fantastic, always great. We went to see Kyrgios on the Thursday at court number 2, and we watched them over the weekend as well. Fantastic stuff, isn't it? I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, out for dinner on Friday night, and then on Saturday we went to the Henley Regatta, which my wife had got me as a it's corporate hospitality for my birthday. Last year she got me Silverstone. This year Silverstone looked like it was quite exciting too. But nevertheless, Henley Regatta. Now that's a bit of a network, isn't it? You know, you've got right at the finish is where everybody, you know, who are at the echelons of the community, and I'm talking about the committee members and the chair people and the, you know, everybody all the way. It's OBEs, CBEs, you know, knights, you know, sirs and things like that, all at the top level. You think, okay, now that's an interesting network, and you only get access to this exclusive finishing bit if you wear the right gear. You have to know what you have to wear, your Butlin's red coat and things like that. But also you have to have been a member for X years, and you know, and you have a big long waiting list, etc. Before you even get to the finishing line. The rest of it is further down, which are tents, etc., open to the public, and there's a showground, etc., where my son and my nephew went, because they didn't have corporate hospitality like I did, and then we were further down at the start, so we didn't get to see much of the finishing, so we don't know who won. However, we did see who started, and it was quite good from my end, and you know, a bit of music, you know, nice saxophone player playing a bit of Dire Straits. So yeah, fantastic day, interesting to see it. Wow, I mean, the number of races, I had no idea. It's like it just over 4 or 5 days, it just constantly rowing from, you know, the Chinese national team to the Ukrainians, hybrid working with Polish people, to Surbiton High School, which is just down the road from me. You know, so a lot of schools. Oh, St Andrews as well. I've seen some guys in kilts, so it was nice to see them. And some guy with a pram, what looked like contraband. He was going down at the edge of the river. It looked like selling cigars, but I think there was booze in there as well. That's bizarre. So yeah, it's a very strange day. And that was Henley Regatta. So yeah, and then yesterday we went to the Other Worlds, which is the VR, the virtual reality, and you go into booths, and yeah, we ended up getting into this room or a game that was all about zombies. So I'm like, so we're shooting zombies coming at you from all angles, and then I had an Uzi, picked up an Uzi, like, it was quite good. And then we had to find keys and stuff like that, which my son was better at than I was. And you know, he got hand grenades and things like that, which allowed us to win the game. But I was just looking after my son, defending him, and my nephew, I was like, okay, watch out behind you, Lee. But yeah, virtual reality, I'm definitely hooked. It's obviously it's immersive, but you know, you can have a lot of fun and get lost. And I went to Google Earth as well, and I went up to Clydebank, where I'm from. I went right down, the high street, flying, literally, like, over the top, like a drone. It was flying over the streets, turned left where the old trams were, and right down where I used to cycle. At 12-year-old, I used to, take my hands off the handlebars and see how far I could freewheel all the way down, to get to as far as my house. And I got down there, and I sat on the roof. You could just sit. I just sat on the roof, had a look at my garden, had a look at the garages that used to be there across the road. It's just like, and then I went up to Loch Lomond I had a few minutes left, and I thought, let me go and see Loch Lomond again. Looked at the marina where my boat used to be, and then flew up onto the hills and all that. Yeah. I'm definitely going to get I think I'm going to get a Quest 2. I'm not sure about a Quest 2 or an Apple, but I'll probably spend, you'll not see me for a long time. It'd be nice to film it so you can actually see what the person's seeing. There must be a way, but I'll work that out later. Anyway, I've got a busy day today, so I think, the power of networks is going very well. Lots of great feedback. That's just fantastic. I think I'm really pleased. Please do more, thepowerofnetworks.com, and look at the little RSVP button at the top. There are plenty of people coming who just have a look at it and disappear, but take your time, take a minute and just say something, even if it's, no, you don't like the idea and then disappear, but have some constructive feedback if you don't mind. If you're in any of my networks, I'm trying to, but I'll explain this because some people don't know what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to boost all my different networks that I've got. Maybe have a leadership team in the different networks so that it's not just relying on me. There's a bit of people helping me steer it in the right direction, and also that would then help to distribute the bit more widely. I've had responses across the world as well, so that we could go internationally, but we'll see. Much of it's UK, but we can look at an international side of it, and then obviously from there. I already know a lot about networks from the last 20 years of running them, and before that, pre-internet, I was always doing something with my Filofax, making sure I kept in touch with people. So in terms of networks, I do want to be able to write a book, and I've got a lot of ideas. I've started it. I've literally got the structure to it. And I've got a lot of ideas of where I want to go with it. And once I've done that, there'll be case studies and things like that, people who have had successes in their particular world. But also I'll look at some authors and maybe some people with TED Talks, and I'll actually then ask them. I might do it via Zoom. I could do it in person, maybe film them in person, and then actually then create a documentary about the whole thing and the whole experience. So it's probably going to be an 18-month to 2-year project to allow things to evolve and and make sure that it's just got time to simmer. Which is, I've done one documentary before, and that was very much serendipity and getting myself out there and watching where it flew, and this is much the same. I don't know where it'll end up, but the experience of doing it will be captured, and the end results will be there, whether it's massive success or no success, but that will still be what the documentary is about. In other words, I'll have learned a lot and then share that with an audience, which might include you, and I hope you're involved in it. If you'd like to contribute, if you'd like to be part of a leadership team, if you'd like to be part of a documentary, or like to invest or executive produce which means find funds to help those pre-cameramen and things like that, if you'd like to help in any way, please get in touch. Thepowerofnetworks.com, and then go to RSVP. Thank you very much and have a nice day.